I grew up playing guitar at a young age, and I had a black
Witness the pride of France.
That was like my favorite.
Le train à
Just like
grande
the feeling of
vitesse,
it.
or
Every
TGV.
sound is always good. And
Translated, it means high-speed train. But as with all trains, it's the locomotive that delivers the power.
normally like to
And as it whips across its 1,100-mile network,
play
the
basketball,
TGV
couldn't
shows
play
why it holds the
baseball.
title
All I did
of the
was sit in my
fastest
room and play
locomotive
guitar.
on rails today.
You can figure out we are running now at 300 kilometers per hour, and it seems like a dream. Very easy.
186 miles per hour is the average speed across much of the TGV network. The high-tension wires racing by deliver the TGV's power. But as with all trains, from that, 25,000 volts of electricity is transformed into mechanical energy, which is then sent to motors on the train's wheels. Even at speeds like this, inside the TGV, the ride is smooth and steady. But if the engineer spots something on the track outside, there's little he can do to avoid hitting it.
If you see something, then you will just knock it down. Running at 300 kilometers, you would need 3 kilometers to stop. So if you can see something, obviously it's great.
In 1990, the TGV set the world speed record when it raced to an astounding 320 miles per hour. But by 2007, train officials wanted more speed. So after some modifications, a TGV locomotive was unleashed for another record attempt. To beat the existing 320 mile per hour record, the TGV would have to exceed 516 kilometers per hour.
There. It's been about 2 weeks so far. It's kind of the testing ground to reset our approach to video and lighting. Those are kind of the core elements of the show.
Red Bull's helping us with those at this mad scientist laboratory and try out crazy things.
Après contrôle et validation, la valeur officielle de la vitesse atteinte dans le programme est de 574,8 km/h. Je répète, 574,8 km/h.
574 kilometers per hour equals 357 miles per hour and a new world record. The remarkable run proved once again that when it comes to speed, the TGV is king of the rails. The TGV might be the fastest locomotive on rails today when it comes to speed. But this is what high-speed locomotives used to look like. During the early 20th century, locomotives rarely hit 100 miles per hour. But when it comes to looks, many locomotive fans agree that none have been more smoking than those powered by steam. Like this beauty, built in 1924, the Baldwin Company's number 90. Still running on the Strasburg Railroad in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Today, it's a tourist train. So it's still possible to climb on board for a ride back to when locomotives like this helped pull America full steam ahead into the 20th century.
The whole thing is just getting is now we're ready to depart. Now I'm going to release the brakes and apply steam to the cylinders through the throttle. Now it's my job not to spin the wheel. So I want to just gradually apply power.
Where you encourage to creative, you're going to become more creative as well.
Applying power requires teamwork between the engineer and the man to his left shoveling coal from the tender into the boiler, the fireman.
Now the fireman has to get his fire nice and hot. By experience, he knows when to shovel. It's a coordinated effort. When I need the steam, he has to already have planned on producing. In the past, you burn about a ton and a half of coal per hour. The fireman would be on duty for 12 hours. They could burn upwards of 12 to 15 tons of coal a day, be shoveling by hand from the tender.
Igniting coal in the boiler is the first step in producing power. Since our camera would be roasted by the 2,500-degree temperature in there, the best way to see how a steam engine works is by squeezing into a typical locomotive boiler. This one is currently under repair inside the Strasbourg Railroad mechanical shop.
This is like this.
Fireman throws the coal through the hole in the rear, lands in this box, called the firebox. Surrounding the firebox is water. The water is all the way around here and is normally carried up to here. It always has to be above the top of the firebox. If it's not above the top of the firebox, the top of the firebox will melt.
Yeah. No.
So the heat from the fire can heat the firebox steel, boil the water, create the steam that goes up into the steam space, goes up into the steam dome.
Within the steam dome is a throttle. When the engineer engages the throttle lever, steam is released into a pipe inside the cylinder, where it travels to the locomotive cylinders. Inside the cylinders, the steam pushes pistons back and forth. The pistons drive piston rods that in turn drive the locomotive's wheels. Regulating the steam pressure inside the boiler is critical. Too little, and the train loses momentum. Too much, and the boiler could explode. The steam boiler's design was inventive, but because coal is fed from the rear, it creates a problem for the engineer.
I can't see very well past this huge boiler. I have to lean out so I can see the biggest perspective ahead of the engine. I am constantly looking for anything that might have obstruct us, including trees, including cattle, or anything else that might be problematic.
That's why locomotive designers invented the cow catcher. Okay, it doesn't exactly catch cows. It kind of muscles them aside. But the cow catcher can't shove aside the effects of the inevitable wear and tear that comes with a 100-ton locomotive thrashing around on 2-inch wide rails. Tires especially take a beating. Like a car, a locomotive tire is attached to a wheel. Except these tires are made of steel, and changing one takes some heat.
Tire of a steam locomotive is thrust onto the wheel. So in order to remove it, we put the fire ring on, we heat the tire up probably to 400 or 500 degrees. As it gets hotter, it will expand. Eventually there'll be a gap between the tire and the wheel, and that tire will be able to swing and slip right off the wheel center.
Add a fresh steel tire to the wheel, and it'll be ready to roll. Easy enough inside the mechanical shop. But in the old days, when things broke down out on the plains, the engineer did double duty as the mechanic.
Technology was constantly breaking down. The engineer had to be aware of any problem arising by both sound and vision.
And when that vision spotted something on the track, it was time to sound off. Every time the toot of a steam locomotive's whistle fills the air, it speaks in a unique yet universal language.
Now, every engineer does his whistling a little bit differently. You'll now hear a crossing signal too long, a short, and a long as we approach this crossing.
The sounds of the steam locomotive began to fade as designers looked to new technologies. In 1934, Electromotive launched a line of diesel-electric streamliner locomotives that were easier to maintain and cheaper to fuel than the coal-fed steamers. Today, diesel-electric locomotives have a different look, but they are still the industry standard. Companies like Electromotive Diesel in London, Ontario, build hundreds of them every year for the international market. And every one starts from the bottom up with a single steel bed plate.
What we see here is a domestic bed plate. It's approximately 1 3/4 inches thick, 70 feet long, and 6 feet wide, and it weighs approximately 30,000 pounds.
the bed plate begins its journey upside down, so welders and grinders can add sills and cross members to the underside. The locomotive's underframe is taking shape. Then it's up, and away to do the locomotion.
The underframe itself is almost 80,000 pounds at this point.
The upside-down underframe eventually lands in the assembly area. Here, some of the major components are lowered into place.
So what we see here is the compressed air tanks that supply the compressed air for the locomotive as well as the rail cars. And above us, what we see is the loading of a 5,000-gallon fuel tank, which is our domestic fuel tank.
Tighten a few bolts, and the underside of the locomotive is just about locked down. Meanwhile, workers are assembling other parts throughout the plant, like this upside-down wheel assembly.
Smell it.
A combination of wheels, gear, axle, and electric motor. This is where the electric part of the diesel-electric locomotive comes in.
We got a 1,000-pound wheel at a 43-inch diameter. We got an 83-tooth gear that weighs approximately 500 pounds with a 9 1/4-inch diameter axle sitting on an electric traction motor.
Put 3 wheel assemblies together, and you've got a bogie. And this bogie is about to take its first spin, up and over, until it's right side up. Then it's off to final assembly, where the underframe is taking a twirl of its own. Set the underframe on top of a set of bogies, lower the cab into place, and all this loco needs is some motor. Yep, this is the diesel part.
What we see here is a diesel engine that we use on one of our locomotives. Compared to a normal car engine, the car engine runs around 4 to 6 cylinders, roughly about this size, compared to the cylinders that we use here, and we use 16 of them. When we talk about this engine, it weighs approximately 40,000 pounds. Compared to a local car engine, which is much less than that, obviously. Also, a local car engine would take around 200 horsepower, whereas this guy right here, our workhorse, runs around 4,300 horsepower. From here, we use the overhead cranes to remove the engine off the stand and deck it onto one of our units.
On board, mechanics hook up the engine to an 8-ton alternator, and the diesel-electric locomotive is ready to rumble. And when it does, here's how it will work. The diesel engine sends mechanical power to the alternator. The alternator transforms that power into electricity. The electricity is then sent to the electric traction motors on each wheel assembly. The motors turn the wheels,